Hello, friends! Today we are going to be working in Unity. Not even going to be doing anything particularly special. I just need to work on a couple of channel animation stuff. And I figured it would be a good stream since I do a lot of game dev stuff anyways. People tend to enjoy that. And I have some stuff I want to update on here. Now, I haven't worked in Unity in months. I haven't built a sprite sheet in Unity in 2D in years. So this is going to be my experience, and I'm going to show you what I'm going to be doing. I'm going to be pretty clear about what's going on. I'm going to be talking through my brain space and explaining my thoughts while I'm working on it, and sort of give you a glimpse into my head while I'm working on a project. That's my music. Hoppa. Is that too much? There we go. It sounds like it's going to be a rough stream. Oh, it is! Absolutely! No question at all. This is absolutely going to be a rough stream. So, actually, let me pause that. So let me show you what I have now. This is what you've seen, and honestly, this is what you were just looking at, plus the overlay. You can see my cursor. Okay, you can see my cursor as long as it's not in the game window. That's because I specifically have the game window hiding the cursor, because for a long time... Oh, hello, Cheeseness! For a long time, I was actually using a Unity program for my scene selection. All of my backgrounds were in a background manager, complete with scripting in it and code that would let me change scenes, fade out audio entirely. Nowadays, I don't do that. Oh yeah, there's gonna be a whole bunch of parallax nonsense going on. It's gonna be painful. Like, I love the look of parallax. Coding it can be a nightmare though. You've also seen, where's the crystal cave, which is usually here at the end of videos. And you can actually see how it looks here. Fun fact about the crystal cave, if I play it twice in a row, this happens. Reject Unity. You know what? Fair. If I play the ending credits twice in a row, this happens. As long as I compile it while it's on the right cycle, it works. But there's a negative sign error somewhere in my code, and I'm not going to go looking for it because it works everywhere else. This scene, it just doesn't. Why'd I move away from an integrated managed thing in Unity? Prefer the OBS. Yes, a simple reason is that I take a video of the recording here. I take a video of this and put it in the background in OBS because it's a little bit less overhead. That's actually the biggest reason, honestly. But yeah, there's a negative error in here somewhere. But if I pause here and then hit play again, it works. And then if I... So I just need to make sure I'm on the right cycle when I render the project. I don't recommend living that life. I don't recommend living the life that has to deal with that sort of thing. Okay. Now the background I normally have for my for my cave actually does have full parallax capabilities. If I go into my main camera and go to my camera movement script. No, where's my... Oh, I don't even have it on here. Okay. Yeah, I don't have actually the script on there. But on my that actually does have full parallax capabilities, and if I put on my camera drift script, then it would work actually. It would actually give me that function. Wait, let me go back to the loading. In the loading cave... Actually, let me just pause here, go to game view. I have a camera exposition. Is that going to work? Not going to work if I'm not... Okay. I have not worked with this. I have not touched this project for about a year. For a little bit over a year, about like a year plus a couple months. So, like I said, this is going to be a rough... There we go. So yeah, here shows the parallax. Okay, if I might change my rate to 0. No. 0. And if I change my camera position, you can see the parallax scrolling works across the entire thing. If I add the camera drift to the scene in Comfy Cave, it actually does have a full parallax thing. I just prefer to stay steady because that's a stable environment to stream in, to relax in. I probably could do this. I could do this in Godot, but that would require me redoing everything in Godot from scratch. I use 2019.4 Unity. That's a very stable release, a very solid release. Honestly, no, I haven't had any reason to switch off of it. Like, there are other... I know there's a lot newer versions, and this version doesn't have all the fancy shader graph stuff, which realistically is the best reason to upgrade. The best reason to upgrade is for the shader graphs. But I didn't. That's my story. Oh, and I also do have this set up so that... It's alright. There we go. I do also have my delightful script window. It's very basic. There's nothing fancy going on here. Just have a rate, a pause delay, the pause delay is how long it stops when it gets to the far side. It stops for a few moments and then reverts. The boundary, the starting position for camera X, which is somehow broken on the other scene, despite never actually multiplying by this number. I don't know. I don't get it. And the maximum boundaries to go on. Then literally all it does is Boolean going right equals true, pause equals false. On awake, if it's not moving, if the camera movements is not around, make sure you have it. Move to the right. If you get to the far right, pause, then go left. Or not going right, rather, in this case. Is this the same version of Unity I worked in last time? It is. Not for whatever that's worth. So, like, yeah, this is just a really basic script. All it does is have you go bounce back and forth, left and right. But I have... Let me pull it out. This! I have a delightful new animation. And it looks very good. And I'm going to be attempting to incorporate this into my background. I'm going to try to have it running. I'm going to have it flip when the region flips. I'm going to have its location on the x-coordinate based off of the difference between where it is with the camera path. So when the camera's far to the left, it'll be to the left of the side of the screen, then it'll run across the screen. And I want it to turn around and run the opposite direction. And then on the closing screen, I just want the idle animation sitting there. I commissioned this from... You know what? Let me shout them out for what it's worth. I commissioned this from the delightful... Where is it? Markelo Art. Markelo. Their artwork was very pleasant. Okay, so I haven't added a sprite sheet. Like I said, I have not done 2D Unity work in a hot minute. So I'm going to be basically learning this from scratch live. And there's a very good chance that this goes sideways, honestly. And if that happens, good. You'll get to see how we try and fix this. So. Oh, and the background is made by someone who goes by the name Gazelle. So a lot of my VTuber assets I have purchased on the various asset stores. Because that is a most effective way of buying the digital media rights to something. If I have the rights to use it in a video game, I have the rights to use it on a stream. All of my music, I own the digital media rights to, and I could make a video game with it should I have chosen to. I do not at this time choose to because, well, I'm working on this stuff, you know. But I might go back to it in the future. But there's a tip for anybody who's getting into streaming or getting into YouTube. Make sure you have the digital media rights for everything you work with. And if you don't have the funds to commission, you know, all of the artwork and all of the assets you need at the start, eventually you will. Hang in there. But until then, buy some assets, and a video game asset store is a efficient way of doing that. Because that does include all of the relevant digital media rights that you need. I also have a couple of new backgrounds that I'm considering using. There's this birch forest, which is nice. I don't really think it fits my style well, or my color aesthetic, but it is very pleasant. A creepier dead forest, which, real talk, I love it. But again, not off-branding. And I'm considering replacing my intro with this. It has a better contrast. It has that nice red-green contrast, which are great contrasting colors that are super hard to do well because... Oh, right, I'm sorry. One second. Let me get this off. I also have this birch forest here, which is very calming, very pleasant, but like I said, doesn't really fit my color mode or my aesthetic. This dead and crushed forest. You should see it now. Which is very pleasant as well. I mean, in a different kind of pleasant, right? This isn't a kind of, you know, I want to go for a hike here. This is a, oh, that's cool sort of pleasant. But not, again, very off-brand for me. You make your own assets and cannot work on anything else while working on that. Fair. I mean, I respect that. I do respect that. It's not easy. This one here has the red-green color contrast that I respect so very much and I think looks great, but it's so difficult to do. It's so difficult to do because, well, everybody who does this ends up looking Christmassy, right? It's so hard to do red-green contrast without looking Christmassy. And this one does it by making it more of an orange-green, which I think works quite well. And there's the end border. Do I have... Yeah, and then it loops around. It doesn't actually have... Actually, it's missing its script altogether. Huh, that's just entirely missing a script there. Well, not my problem. This is just the asset pack as I got it. First thing to work is on animations. Let's start the animation stuff first. Yeah, that's not Christmassy at all, but red and green color contrasting usually looks Christmassy. That's the problem. Where is my shenanigan? There we go. Is it in No. I will make a prefab out of it. You know, I don't have any... Alright, well, let's make a new folder. In the asset tree, create a folder for sprites, and in that folder I'm going to dump them things. Now is this is not going to be animated. This is, I can import a GIF file, but I don't think importing a GIF file actually helps anything. Right? Like if I just slam this here, it's not going to play when I hit play, right? It's not even going to appear. Where is it? Okay. So I need to get this as a sprite sheet. It's already set as a sprite. Sprite mode is multiple. Can apply that out. The GIFs are not useful. I need to get rid of the GIFs. Wait, that's not actually deleting the... Okay, yeah. Deleting out the project. Okay. Now, how do I open this sprite sheet? We need to change the pixels per unit to Sprite Editor. There we are. This is what I needed. This is what I needed. Okay, good. We need a slice. What if we just hit automatic and see what happens? Okay, how many... I wasn't kidding when I said I don't remember this at all. Like, this is all... Oh, wait, this is not transparent on the other parts of it. Okay, so probably need to edit that sprite sheet in something else first. So let me head back over to project. I will delete this from here for now. Now I'm just going to quickly go over to where I have the sprite sheet here. And I'm going to open that up with paint.net. Real quick. There we go. Making sure this is all clean, and save. Good. Now I can take this copy and put it into here. Now we open this Sprite Editor in here again. Now my background transparency is all good. Now I don't have the slice option. Now I don't have the option to slice. What change did it cause that to happen? Oh, right, because I haven't made this one multiple yet. This was still in sprite mode single, so this needs to be sprite mode multiple, and apply that. Okay, now I can slice. That's for the pivot. Okay, pixels per unit. How many pixels across is this entire image? The entire image is a mighty 450 across, looks like. And so it's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So 90 pixels across each. So pixels per unit is 90. Okay. Now I do have a nuclear option available to me. I do have the ability to open up an old project of mine and see how I've done this in the past. But the goal of this particular stream, is to exactly not do that. The goal of this exact stream is to... There we go. Is to go in here with no resources that I did not have at my first time around. Because everybody will eventually have their library of resources. Everybody will, in time, get a library of resources that you can grab upon and use and be proud of and make and adapt for different purposes. That's one of the best things you can do as a game designer, is continue working on new projects so that you have more things that you can draw upon when you need them. So when you need a particular function or asset call or utility or feature, you can say, oh, I've done something myself a long time ago that was somewhat similar. Let me go grab the code from there and see if it can be recycled or adapted. I'm just pixel hunting a couple of other transparency points that I saw needed to be done. Yeah, that's better. But in this case right now, I'm going to attempt to avoid doing that. I'm going to try to use Google. I'm going to try to use my... what counts as a memory? So sprite mode is multiple, pixels per unit should be 90, but it's not... I genuinely have no memory of how to slice this into... There's a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, should be one animation list. And then the other one should be the entire set below. Okay, I feel like the slice thing is the correct. There we go. There we go. There we go. Slice is now correct here. So I was able to get the slice sliced. And now what do I do with this information? Well, I'm going to need a new game object in the scene, obviously, for this. So let's just create an empty game object and add a sprite renderer to it. And in here we can... Oop, the game object is going to be named... Jade running. Where is it? Okay, it exists somewhere on the scene. That's important. Sprite renderer. Sprite. Okay, these are all of my other sprites here. So is this not saved as a sprite currently? Its texture type is a sprite. Do I need to create a sprite and make this the texture on it? I think so. Maybe. Okay, so if I were going to make this into this sprite sheet into an actual sprite, Sprite Editor seems like the way I would go about that. I have it sliced. If I apply that out, this is going to be painful for anybody who actually knows Unity, but that's fine, right? You know, this is... There we go, there we go, there we go, there we go. Now we actually have all these individual sprites here, which is great. Now we're going to need an animator. So Jade running, sprite renderer. Now I can put this here. Yep, now there's that there. That's not gonna be. That's not to scale. That is not to scale, but I just need it visible right now. Alright, I'm going to need an animator. I believe, I'm fairly certain I need an animator. Because of... It seems like the kind of thing that I should have, right? Should probably have an animation on it, I suppose. So if I add an animator... That includes the animation control. I need to create an animation controller as well. So in sprites, I'll just do it in sprites for now, but I will add a new animation controller. Name it Jade Controller. And Jade Running will receive that. The avatar, we don't really have anything in there for that right now, but that's fine. We will add an animation. We will add animations later, but we haven't created any animations yet, so... Oh, hey, this project already has an animation for a waterfall. How about that? Alright, so... So this game object here exists, which is the important... This is step one, right? Normal, always animate, animation. We need a new animation. We need a new animation. So let's remove this component because that's not actually useful here. That's just there as a mental reference. So create a new animation. And it's going to be Jade Idle. Now we're going to open that. Now how do I get that in here? Project, Pixel Jade, animation here. No. What properties do we change? We need to change which sprite it's using. So at 0, we're going to be using one sprite. how do I add that prop? I need to add a property on this. I don't have any properties available to add right now. Okay, so if I go to project and go to animation. We have this category for animations for the foam, for the water circle, which is great. We can use the waterfall and check it out. So we have a property of a sprite here, and the sprite changes between these different sprites. Great, so that's what we need to do on our own. So we're going to go back to our animation, which is currently under sprites, Jade Idle, and we need to add a property of a sprite. But I don't have that option right now. Probably because of something. If I add the animation to here, what happens? The animation is going to be Jade Idle. That doesn't actually change anything. This is what I need for later. Okay, cool. But the animation itself, the Animator is not what we're using. We don't need... That's going to be for switching between this. Yeah, if that's a state-based machine, we don't need a state-based machine yet. Okay, so let's recreate that, I guess? There we go. I just recreated the Jade Idle animation, so it's here now. It's good. Alright, and in animation we add a property, which is going to be Sprite Renderer. Sprite. So we need to add a sprite here, which is going to be, to start out, our default sprite. For now, let me just put, let's move over... Why can't I see a... Oh, I need to put it up here. Let's go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, just for now. Add another... yeah. There we go. Add another sprite here, but we can change what sprite it is. No, not that. Let me toss this up here for now. And so this way I have access to my project. This one is... Yeah, okay, I can just drag that directly in. So that's what I should be doing. Delete that and drag in 2. Bring us to 10. No, not 105, 10. And bring in 3. 4. And lastly 5. There, that should be that animation. Oop, that's not what I meant to do. So if I play that... Okay, let me put my animation back down at the bottom. This is why I like to keep the animation on the bottom, so that I can actually... Wait, why is there 105? Oh, I actually didn't put them on the 105 earlier. Okay. So if I hit play here, it's not locked in the right location. So Yep, okay, that's not terribly difficult to fix, but that's the example of kind of thing that can go wrong, even if you think you're doing the right thing. Problem is that the size is changing and it's not centered correctly. This is because we had it automatically do this. This is because it automatically figured out what we wanted it to do. We didn't actually tell it anything. And some of these must appear to be longer or wider than the others. Otherwise, this wouldn't happen. Okay. So if I go to the Sprite Editor and change the pivot, let's change the pivot to this, not the center pivot. Let's change the bottom left pivot, because I believe the bottom left part of the tail is the same on all of it. If I just go back to animation, no. I should just make this, you know, I really should just do this manually. I should just actually make this all, like... Grid by cell size is the actual smart thing to do. I'm going to do the smart thing. Heck it. We're doing the smart thing now. 90, what is the Y height on this? I'm not going to do the dumb thing anymore. I was trying to use the automated systems just to get, you know, just to show you how to use automated systems and all that. That's a bad idea. Don't do that, I guess. Alright, so the height is going to be... What is that? About 9... Yeah, it's going to be about 90. And I think, is it 90-90? Yeah, it's going to be 90-90. Okay, so we're going to slice by grid size at 90-90. What's that slice look like? That looks exactly what it is supposed to be. I need to just have... I should have done that from the beginning. Okay, animation. This is all going to be brought back up here for a moment. And we are going to stop it and just nuke everything, because none of those are correct now. We're going to apply these. And now we're going to put these... Nope. We're going to go to project and use these, which should be now correctly applied. 5, 10, 0, 5, 10, 15, 20. Now, bring this back down here. I would pop out the window, except that then I wouldn't be capturing the everythings. Now, if I play this here, now I have an idle animation. Great! So that animation is effectively done. That's all we need the animation to do, except I don't want it to go as quickly. So let's... 8, 16, 24, 32. Let's see how that looks instead. That's a lot more natural. That feels a little bit calmer. Honestly, it could still be a bit too much. I wish it didn't blink on every animation cycle, honestly. That looks kind of excessive. What does it look like without that? Which one of these is the blink animation? It's the 1, 2, 3. It's 3 and 4 are the blink animation. So what if I try this? So 1, 2, 3, 4, 1. What if I just go 1, 2? So 32, 40. So 1, 2, 5. 48. Wait. That's... What number is that? Will this work at all, or does this break everything? That makes a weird little hoppy hop. Don't like the hoppy hop. If I do this... Yeah, that creates a stutter. That stutter... Actually, what if that stutter is because this thing needs to have another copy of it so it has time to settle? That'll mean that it loops better. It still has a weird bounce there. But that might actually be better than the rapid blinking. That might be better than blinking every single frame. Doesn't seem complicated to make new frames if I have to. I don't art. I mean, yeah, I feel like I should have these 2, 3, and 4 with open eyes, and I probably could. Like, honestly, I could probably just copy paste that over, so I have more of that. But for now, I'm not going to. I'm just going to use... Yeah, I'll just use that for now. That'll be fine. Yeah, how hard would that be, actually, to... Does the face... Okay, let me just see if the face maps onto something else. So if I take this face here, copy, paste... Okay, that maps 1-to-1 onto the next one. Is this even the right animation sheet? Wait, is this even the right sprite sheet now that I think about it? No, it's not. I'm not even using the right sprite sheet. Jeez. Am I not? Hold up. Yeah, that's not the right sprite sheet. What am I doing? I'm not even using the right sprite sheet from the beginning. Okay. Nuke everything. Don't save that. Project. We're gonna leave that in the project out of shame. Where's my actual sprite sheet? Bloody heck. Somewhere in this folder. Give me a second to find my real sprite sheet. Did I put it in Stream Tools? There it is. I found it. There's the proper sprite sheet. I still need to get the colors out of that, so let's go in here, show and explore. Let me get it back to you guys stuff you can see. But not, you can't see this right now because I'm actually legitimately going into paint.net to clean something up. Yeah, this is the right one. Okay. And there we go. Now we take this, make that multiple, Sprite Editor. Yeah, apply it first. Sprite Editor. Slice by grid size, slice here, which honestly we should have done from the beginning. Bring animation up here. Delete all these. Apply this here as well. Go back to the project. In the project, we can open this up, and now we put this in here. This is going to be at 8, I think I wanted it at. Right? Yeah, 8, 16, 32, no, 1624 by most counts, and then 32 up here. And then because we want it to go... Wait, no. Then I'm going to add the How do I increase the length of this? I want this to play until 40. Alright, so if I do that... How does that look now? There, that's the right... That's the correct animation. Okay, cool. I added the same sprite at the end so it didn't start looping as the frame that it hit here. Otherwise it would not loop when it hit the end, it would start looping as soon as it broke to here. So this looks correct. Yes, that's the correct snoot, that's the edit that I had, the revision that I had them do. Good! Okay, we have an animation done. Now, let's make a new animation. Let's do it again. Create animation. Oh, you can't see my menus if I right click. Oh well, just trust that I'm doing animation stuff. Jade run. And we open this up. In this animation, we take all these. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So, wait, yes, take? No, take, wait. Why am I not add property? What's wrong with this? Why is this not? Why isn't this? Jade run. Does it need to be attached to something? I think it does. I think you need to have it attached to something, I guess. No? Animations. 2. So they have an idle. So it defaults to idle, then we have an idle and a run. Now can I open run and add components to it? I don't remember. I genuinely don't remember. Okay. Think. I need 2 animations. This is Jade Idle. We have Jade Run. Good. Add property, Sprite. Sprite renderer. Sprite. That's what I needed. Okay. This sprite goes here. This is not the idle sprite. That's the default because of the stock. And then we go up to 8. 16. 24, 8, 16, 24, 32. $40, 48, 56. This thing needs to go away. Okay. Now let's see if that run animation looks correct. Yep, that's the forward-leaning run that I wanted. Good. So we have this animation now, and it works. Except it doesn't work. See how that's clipping at the very end? That's because I forgot to do that thing that I mentioned before. I wanted to add this. We're at 56, so where is it? 102? Yeah, 102. Just extend that out to there. Just double click on it and that should have copied the same one that's out there. Now when I hit play, it's still... Is it clipping that? It doesn't look right. Something looks wrong. Something looks wrong. Something looks wrong. What is it looks wrong? That's not going back to the first part. The last frame isn't blending into the first frame. Okay, let's put scene view here. Blow that up. And put the animation up here so I can keep it running while I'm working on it. So the first animation, this here, should be this. Is it not? And the last one... Let's head back into the Sprite Editor real quick. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Okay. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, and then this one is just an extension of the last one. If I delete that one, it does stutter. If I add that there, it's still stuttering there. The animation is still stuttering, and I'm not exactly sure why. Am I using the right final frame? Okay, so 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and then 8. Well, 8th is here. I can see that does look like it's correct there. How do I zoom this in? How do I actually zoom? Can I actually zoom? No, I don't think so. And then this, there has to be one keyframe out here, just to make sure it's held at that length. See, it doesn't. No, something is truncating it. Something's not right. So let me try. Okay, the last one at the end. Let me bring that back to the start. Let me make the opening frame here. Okay, let me shuffle this. Let me take the frames at the end, slide them in. No, not that much. And add these at the far side. That'll tell me if might be able to tell me where the problem is. Right there. See that stutter? These two should not be next to each other. Maybe, bloody heck, I don't know. Okay, let's try this again. Sprite 1, Sprite 2, Sprite 3, Sprite 4, Sprite 5. Am I putting them in the wrong order? 6. And extend. Something still looks stuttery there. Maybe I'm getting the sprites... Something's amiss. Yeah, right at the end it has that stutter. Let me just put this at faster. Let me put this faster. Usually you want to do the opposite. Usually you want to make it slower for troubleshooting. But I want to make it faster just to see how stuttery it looks if I speed it up. Actually, it looks a lot better now. It still looks stuttery at the end. Something is still amiss with that last sprite. It's not like incorrect sprite or anything, it's just... Right, let's make sure we have the final sprite back in here. Boom, 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 boom. Right there, right there, right there. You see what I'm saying? That's eye closed, eye open. Is that correct in the Sprite Editor? It's not. So then why is this here? So this sprite is the one that should not be here. This should not be here at all. There we go. Okay. One of the sprites was out of order. Now it looks better. Now you see that? That looks pretty good, honestly. Honestly, I like how that looks. Okay, cool. Cool. Ah, excellent. And... stop running that, drop animation down to here. We probably won't need to do that again, ideally. And we'll bring our scene back into my normal place for it. So now we have the idle animation here. Too many blinks, but still a good idle, simple idle animation. And the run animation looks pretty good. Do I want to slow down the run animation? Do I want to put it on 8s instead of 5s? I probably do. If I grab this all, can I just extend it like this? Yeah, so we extend this to... 104, so that's 64 total. No, some of these in the middle are not correct. So that's... No, this wants to be 8, 16, 24, 32, 40, yep, 48, 36, 64. Okay, that looks good on the 8s. I think that looks good on the 8s. Oh, hello, Blue Elf. It's a pleasure to have you as always. Yeah, no, that was a misapplicated frame of animation, which is, well, fixed now. All right, now how do I put this in the scene? Because right now in the game view it just doesn't exist, right? So it's going to need to be in one of the parallaxes. We also need to add a script to it. Okay, so add component, new script, Jade run position. I honestly could just amend this to my other script, but by adding it as a separate script, I'm making my life a little easier. What is going on here? That's the old Sprite Editor. We don't need Sprite Editor open at all right now. I love how you can see the stuff that I usually use, like the timeline, the profiler stuff is still open, just because that's what I tend to use the most when I'm working on stuff. I do want to change the keyframe of this animation here. The starting frame. Jade running. Sprite renderer. Let's change this, because this will be the stock sprite. Wait. This will be the default sprite for here, I believe. There we go. Let's just make this that scale instead. New script. Right. Jade run position script. That gets defaulted down to assets. We put it into scripts. And we open it. You know what, let me swap up the music. Karugamo is the name of the composer for all of my music here. And they do some fantastic work. Let's go to Quiet Grove. And let me take one brief moment here. I'll be right back in one second. Okay, so now what do we put in here? What is this thing even going to do? It's going to be pulling a lot from the camera drift, so I want to make... what do I need here? Actually, I need the camera... Yeah, I need to make this public. I need to make the float public. So in the Jade run position, on awake, I want to... Okay, so what do I need? What do I actually need in this? I need... It's going to be similar to camera drift, but I don't need everything. So I need a camera X position. So I need my... I'm going to serialize it too. Camera X position. I'm going to need the camera drift script. Private camera drift. Camera drift. And then on awake, get component camera drift. Camera drift is get component camera drift. That should be right. So now camera drift script is here, is accessible to us. And we can pull the X position from that. So so the camera drift... So on update plus minus time to delta time, all this fun stuff. If going right, X position plus rate is delta time, and the camera position is applied where? Yeah, it's just applied right here, huh? So... Okay, so if I go one... So the camera drift dot get position X. Camera X position. I'm going to need that variable here. That is the camera X position. So camera X is camera drift. That camera X position. What am I missing here? Doesn't like that. Oh, I missed the capitalization. Important to capitalize things. So camera position becomes whatever the current camera drift is in camera drift. Which is good. So we have that. And then all we need to do is change its position on the world equivalency. Effectively making it one of the part of the parallax. Except its parallax is going to be basically... I forget. Hey, there's an update for Visual Studio Code. This almost never updates. That tells you how long ago it's been since I've touched anything in Unity. So let's... If I put Jade running into... What if I just put this into one of the parallax fields? If I just put that into, let's say, O2 front, then it should appear here somewhere, right? No. So what is the position that it needs to have to be visible? Let's just take, that's at 132. 1.32. Zoom that out. Let's put that at Z500. Now, where is that? I genuinely don't remember how my parallax script works. It's like, is this just not going to be visible? Okay. I have not messed with the parallax in so hecking long. Yeah, if somebody is a Unity editor and they keep the same window layout the entire time, be afraid of them, because they are incredibly powerful and I do not understand them. I change my window layout every couple minutes based on what I'm currently working on. I put scene and game and asset store and animator up here, but the animator switches to everywhere. You saw before the animation window switch between 3 different places, and I think game has been on basically every panel that's visible on screen right now. So if somebody keeps their windows in the exact same order all the time, either they're incredibly powerful and you should fear them, or... No, actually just that one. Actually just that. Where's my... If I go into sprites and put my run animation here, then I run, right? No. Okay, I need to actually get the animation controller here. So the entry goes into Jade Idle. Jade Idle transitions into a new state, create state. Empty, the new state is running. And then the running state is Jade Run. And we're going to need to switch between the two of them, so this is a transition down and a transition up. And these are going to be... Where do I apply a script to this? I'm going to need to pull the Animator Controller. Oh wait, you're not seeing all of my screens. I'm sorry. I need... Okay, This needs to change down when we are idle. So I'm going to take the camera drift and I'm going to publicize the pause. Public bool pause equals false. And then in the Jade run position, we need to get the animator. Just private animator, because I am an absolute monster who names things like that. And on awake, animator equals get component animator, right? And that should always get the animator on the same object, which is all we care about. And in update, if camera drift dot pause, right? It was pause. Camera drift dot pause. And we don't need anything else there because that's always going to return a boolean. That's always going to return a boolean. So we don't need anything else there. If camera drift dot pause animator dot set bool. We need a bool here. Let's do this here now. So this down here adds controller. Aren't I in the... Wait, hold on. Oh, right, here. Parameters. Add a new parameter, add a new bool. Alright, so if the bool of is running is true, then we move to running. If is running is false, we return to idle. Easy enough. Now I come back into... Oh, right. So that's just here. This is just from the idle state to the running state. We have two transitions. So is running true, we go to running. Is running false, we return to idle. Honestly, I don't need the interpolation here, so I'm not going to keep it. I will let it finish this whatever animation cycle it's on, but I do not actually want it to interpolate. There we go. To exact 100 and tighten that up to null. Good. And running gets to exactly the 0% mark. Good. And this as well, that looks like it's already done. Perfect. Good. Now I return to code. And in my code, I need... if camera drift is dot pause, which always returns a boolean, then animator dot set bool is running. Is that another dot? How do you use set bool? Is that a... Yep, that's it. Okay, so parentheses. The boolean is running, and that becomes false. There. It doesn't like this because I didn't make that I need to make that a string, and I need a comma in here. Now it likes it. Good. And then as soon as it unpauses, it comes alive. As soon as it unpauses, then Yep. I could just put an else in here, but I'm just gonna do this. There. If camera drift at pause, there. I like one-line if statements. I'm an absolute monster. In case it has not been perfectly clear, one-line if statements, perfectly valid. I will fight people. Okay. So camera X position drifts between -20 and 20. But we want this actually... This isn't right. We don't. It's not actually going to be between -20 and 20. It's going... we need to attach this... You know what? What if we just attach this to the camera itself? Would that ever work? Would that ever be a valid answer here? What if I take Jade running and attach it to main camera? Like an absolute monster. What happens if I hit play? Nothing. Nothing happens. Where is Jade running? It's a mystery. Oh, it's moving with the camera, sure. But it's not appearing anywhere. And the camera X position is not updating either. Okay. So we're going to debug that. We're going to say debug.log camera drift.camera X position, because this should be changing constantly. And our serialized camera X position is not changing constantly, which tells me that it's not actually pulling it correctly. So let's hit the console. I got a null reference exception somewhere. Where we got that? Okay. So it's not getting the camera drift. So which means it's not getting the camera drift script itself, presumably. So let's serialize the camera drift and make sure that it's there. And just manually apply it. Camera drift is... has to be coming from the main camera. Wait, why is that not... It's not fine. Scripts should be a camera drift script, but it needs specifically the one from the main camera. Wait! Oh! Oh! Okay, never mind. Got it. Understandable. Okay. I don't actually have the camera drift script on this camera. I have it on the camera in the other scene, so of course this isn't working, because this scene doesn't have a camera drift script yet. Let me save this scene as a new scene in Scenes. So now in Scenes I have this saved as Outdoor. So in Comfy Scene I have the main camera with... No. I have... That's the control, there's the audio. Where did I put my camera drift script? There's my parallax layer script, which I shouldn't need to touch. I hope to everything. Oh wait, this doesn't have parallax. This is the other channel. Okay, this page doesn't have parallax either. Okay, okay. Here, camera drift. Yes, just slap camera drift on the main camera. There's the problem. Okay, outdoor. Main camera, have a camera drift script. Bam. Bam. And this script here can be removed. Now, does this still work here? No, it does not. What am I breaking here? Object reference not set in the camera drift now. So where does that need to be? The camera drift... Is it set to play the animation during runtime? Yes, but that's not relevant quite yet. So, like, that's it. Trust me, we'll have to jump over that hurdle later. Oh, that's gonna be fun. Oh boy. Okay. So okay. So main camera, inspector. So it's moving to. Why is it moving to the right now? Why is the camera moving? It's doing something. else? So this is all the... Okay, that's all that shenanigans. Okay, okay. So if I just hit play here, is the camera going to eternally move to the right? And what's actually moving the camera right now? Yeah, the camera position X is moving, but why? What is pulling the camera to the right now? Because that's something that's in the asset pack as I purchased it, as I acquired it. So, oh yeah, camera and background pieces are both moving because of the way it's set up. So why? Yep, it's not hitting my boundary. It's not hitting my border. So my camera drift script is non-functional. My camera drift script is not working right now. Is there something in here? What's pulling? Oh, there's an animator on it? Oh, is it a main camera animation? Let's check this animation controller, main camera control. And that's over in Gazelle. Fantasy Forest Sprites? No. Where is that? Okay, let's just search for it. Main camera animation controller. What do you have here? Where's the main camera animation? Literally just moves from left to right, changing the X position from null to 15 or so. Honestly, valid way of doing it. Okay, so that I don't want the animation on that because that's not what I'm doing. So, let's take the main camera, and I'm just going to disable the animator for that. So that should not exist. Now I hit play, and nothing happens because that other script is disabled. Perfect. Now we need to get our script enabled. Now, why is our script not doing stuff? Something's not set to an instance of an object. Camera movements. Camera movements, private camera movements if... Okay, so I need camera movement script on the camera as well. Makes sense to me. I don't remember when I made that, but... That's good enough for me. We'll put camera movement scripts on the main camera. Beautiful, I love it. Okay, something looks a little bit off. But I can't quite put my finger on it. Actually, no, this is fine. This is good. This is actually perfectly good. Okay. So, at a rate, let's put the rate up to 7 just for looking at this. That's going to go up to 20. Oh, it's not going to bounce yet right now. Okay, it did pause and bounce. Good. So our concern here is constraints, nothing else. Our only issue here is constraints. Pause 3 seconds, return. Alright, so let's set the rate down to... Oh, wait, you need to get this. I'm sorry. I keep on forgetting. I switch between the code and the visual so quickly. Okay, so the problem here is the camera boundaries. So camera going needs to be a lot tighter on this one. Let's bring the rate down to... No, rate down to 0. Okay, let's cancel that and restart this. Alright, so the rate's 0. Pause delay is 3, fine. Camera X position minimum has to be here, which is 0. So the camera boundary left is actually 0 in this case. And camera boundary right... What? Looks like it's going to be here, which is 10. Wow, that's a really tight region. I could add more to it, but I'm not terribly worried. So, but I just want to get this working in a semblance first. So, pause delay of 1, the rate of 4. Okay, so 0 and 10. Good. Camera position starts at 0 with a boundary left of 0 and a boundary right of 10, right of 4, and a pause delay of 1. Let's just see how this looks. So now we start over here, we go all the right, bounce, come back to the left, bounce, back to the right. Good. That looks good. Okay, good. This is more or less what we want to have. I really should add more background, but I'm pretty comfortable with this because in the final version, I'm probably going to have the rate like this. So the rate is going to be, let me bring this back down to this. So this is going to be the rate in the final one. At a rate of 0.25, this is 40 seconds to scroll between left and right. The other cave has the same rate, but it has a camera boundary of -20 and +20, so there's a differential there of 40. So that by my default cave back and forth bounce is a mighty, like, what is that? 40 times 4, so 160 seconds. This still has a 40 seconds between each bounce. So we go far to the right. We're almost there. We hit here, we pause, we turn back. So that's 40 seconds. Honestly, that's more than enough. And with this, we could probably even have this. We could do 12.5 or 125, 0.125 that is. Actually, yeah, I like the 125. That looks nice. Okay. Oh, Gamedev streams are never going to be as popular as gaming streams. I mean, Gamedev in general is not as popular as gameplay. That's a simple fact of life. And that's why I don't do as many of them. But this is something I had to work on anyways, so I figured, you know what, I might as well do it on stream so you guys can get my brain mind thinks. And hopefully, this is enjoying. This is nice and calming. I like this pace. Okay, so if I bring the rate down to 0.125, pause delay of 1, start at 0, boundary left 0, boundary right 10, and just whirlwind slam the play button. Let me see. There's a nice one. We'll use that for now. That looks pleasant. Honestly, I like that rate. I like the scrolling. I like what's going on here. I like what I'm seeing. Okay. Now we just need the running animation to appear. I already have the parallax all set. The parallax was done before a stream. What's missing in here? Object reference not found to an instance of an object in the Jade running position, which is on line 23. So here. So camera drift is not being queried. And my debug is not coming off, so that script's not running at all. Honestly, reasonable. Okay. So this should be get component and parent, because it's actually getting the component from the main. You know what? No. We're not even doing that. We're just making it public. And the Jade running is going to acquire it directly from the inspector. So Jade running, is that serialized? It is. Camera drift is just coming straight from the main camera. So camera drift is just main camera drift. Okay, so that should apply now. It's not going to appear yet, but I can make sure. Yes, okay, the position is moving with here. Good. If I go to the main camera and up the rate to the 4, just for troubleshooting, I can get that. Yep, camera X position is appearing correctly. So right here you can see my camera X position is jiving with the actual camera script. Which is good, we want that. That's a good step. Everything has been a step in the right direction. Now, here's the thing. Here's the thing. As of right now, I have a parity with all of my scenes. This scene works, and I could actually add it. I should actually add it to scene control, but I'm not going to bother with that right now, so I'm not really using my scene control on its own anyways. I know, I'll definitely fix that later. But right now, the Fantasy Forest works the same as the other regions. So once we figure out how to get the Jade running appear in here, it'll appear in all of them. So the question is, why is it not appearing in the game window? It's not, like, positional. What is not letting it appear in the game window? Hold on. This needs to be added to the UI element, doesn't it? Yes, that's why. That's why this is a UI element, because of course it is. Okay. It's fine. In fact, it's great. This is what we wanted. This is good. This is good, actually. Okay. So if I go here, where's my scale going to be? 300, 300. That seems fine. Go there. And depth. Hierarchy and depth. What's my rendering here? So if I want it, how far deep do I want it in the forest? Honestly, I can just click this and just drop the Z around. Right? If I just... Can I just... Oh! Is that... Can I not have this as a... out here as a screen space thing? I might need to change how this is existing, how this game object exists, to make sure it exists underneath the parallax, because right now it's appearing on top of it. If I put it down here... No? If I bring it into... I don't know. 5 or something? It doesn't change it at all. Okay. But it still needs to exist somewhere behind the first layer of parallax. You're exactly correct. So we need to figure out a way to do that. But right now we figured out how to get it on the screen space whatsoever. So I'm calling that a win for now. And if I hit play here... Yep. See that? Oh, the animation did not loop. The animation did not loop, and that's my fault. We go to the animator. Running needs to be set to loop. Somehow. I thought I just had a button here that I could click to enable loop. Is it in the animation? Hold on. Let me go into sprites, Jade idle, loop pose. Perfect. No, it's already looping. Okay, so Jade run is not set to loop. So loop time done. Now we hit play. We run. Okay, there is a exit time. Let's actually nuke the exit time. Let's just say no exit time. No exit time, just go in... Whoa, wait, what? No. No exit time, just go into running. Why is this going? Why did that happen? What happened? There. And same over here. Okay. I'm not being precise right now because I don't care. So now we're running to the right here. Honestly, that looks pretty great. Honestly, that looks great as is. Just stock, I like how that looks. Now let's just make sure it does the correct things. Let's just make sure the correct action occurs. Wait. I'm getting some chop up there. Oh, I'm getting some chop up there. That's not right. Yeah, that part of the sprite has a bit of chop. Okay, I'll have to fix that. Who did the animation? It's Michello Art, or Marcello Art. Their name is Marcello, and they. You should probably plug them. Let me grab their socials real quick. They don't have a public-facing Twitter. Anyways, Markolo is their name. I don't have all of their socials right here. Let's put game back into here. Scrunch over here. Check the main camera. There we. Oh, it worked. It worked. Okay. All right, but let's bring the rate up to whatever. So come over here. Idle. Run. Good. Now we need to change depending on what direction we're going. But that's easy. That's actually easy for us to do because I can bring back up the here. Go to camera drift and make going right public as well. And here, what do we do with that? If if not going, okay, so if going right, no, if camera drift dot going right, and again that is a bool, so we don't need to do anything else there. So if camera drift dot going right, what do we do? Scale. How do we change the scale? Game object dot scale. No. How do we transform? Transform dot scale. Local scale? Sure. Dot z equals transform dot local scale dot z times -1. Would that work? Why doesn't it like this? Oh, it's relevant. Transform dot... It's transform dot something. What am I doing? Transform dot... Shouldn't it just be transform.scale.z? I mean, it doesn't have that though. Okay, hold on, real quick. Let me go to the Googles. One sec. Echo. Okay, no echo, cool. So we need to grab the So it's it has to be transform. So it's transform dot It's not local scale. It's oh, game object dot. Oh. Okay. It's game object dot transform. No. Maybe. Game object dot transform dot local scale dot z. Does that work now? No, that's the same as transform.localscale.z. Okay. So the idea is that we flip... Wait, it's not even the Z we want, it's the... Heck. I'm not even looking for the right thing. I'm trying to figure out what I need before I figure out anything else that's useful. Because that should be... Yeah, if I put the local scale.x to -300, then it flips it. Or I could add an... honestly, it might be easier to add a running right animation. Honestly, that might be easier than remembering this. What am I trying to do? I'm trying to flip the sprite when I'm running the opposite direction. Because right now it runs this way. If I go to main camera, increase the scale, or the rate. Then I run here, stop, idle, turn. It didn't like the idle that time either. Okay. So in something, you should go back to the animator. Not the Fantasy Forest animator, the Jade Running animator. Still has no exit time. That one has a slight exit time. Let's make sure it doesn't. Okay. We're just going to set the rate at 7 for now. We're not going to keep it there. So we come over here. It still has an exit time. It has an exit time. It still has an exit time. It still has an exit time. Animator. Why does it have an exit time? It doesn't have an exit time. Why is it not switching over? It should be switching over to idle. The frame that it is no longer idle. Okay, so let's bring the animator down here and watch what's here. So running. Yep, it finished the running animation before it switched over. It's finishing the running animation before it's returning. And that should just be. Wait, why is that checked there? Hold on, I know I unchecked that. I'm certain of it. Running over here, idle. Running back here, idle. Cool. Cool. In the Sprite Editor, where is this offending sprite that has a visible tail? Which one is it? There it is. Is that correct now? Oh, yeah, apply that. Okay, so we fixed that and the sprite. We fixed that sprite issue, so which is great. It was just it got dragged a little bit. Alright, so the animator is here and the animator is fixed as well. So that's already also handled. Good. Now that you went to for a long time. What? I don't know. I'm just me. I don't even understand what I'm doing. If you're thinking about what I'm doing, then you're already putting more brain things into it than I am, honestly. Okay. Okay, so if I head back into code, I need to access the transform.x. How do I access transform.x? In Jade Run. Okay, camera exposition is acquired, so I don't need to debug that anymore. Camera exposition. This isn't even a camera exposition. This is gonna just be our exposition. So we're just gonna change. Is that F2? Exposition. There. Okay, so if camera drift dot going right, so if not camera drift dot going right, do stuff. Good. Perfect. I love it. Okay, so Why is it not GameObject.transform.scale? It should, I mean... Position dot... I mean, you can do position.z, but that doesn't actually... Well, it's position.scale. Position.scale. X. Something it doesn't like something. Wait, why am I doing... I used the wrong type of bracket. What am I doing here? Why am I not doing things? Okay, that was just me not paying attention. Oh, that's... Game object at that position. Yeah, game object does not... That doesn't exist. I mean, I don't need a game object. I can just do transform.position. But transform.position.scale is not the actual scale. That multiplies two vectors component-wise. Which I could... No. Heck, why can't I access scale from here? I don't know. Okay, what am I doing? What am I doing? What am I doing? What am I doing? Okay. So. Alright, I don't know what I'm doing, but I have another way of handling it, so I'm not even going to do any more brain thinks upon it. Animator. Add a new int. No, that's not. That's. I don't want an int. I don't want an int. Get out of here. Add a new boolean. Going right, which defaults to true. I just did that in Unity on the animator window, and now I'm gonna come back in here and say if camera drift going right, then animator.setBool. No. Got true. Nope, no, not that. Let me set my keyboard back to American. There we go. There. If you have your keyboard set to international, when you use an apostrophe or something, it waits to see if you want to use it on a letter, so you can, you know, add accent marks and whatnot. Else animator. Wait. I don't need any of this. I don't need any of this. I don't need any of this. Get this all out of here. Animator.set boolean going right to camera drift dot going right. Done. I don't need any of that if statement. The camera drift dot going right is a boolean. I can just have that set the boolean directly in the animator on its own. Bam. That's solved. Now I just need to make that do something. Now I need to make it do a thing. You know what? Let me try your thing real quick. I do see what you're saying here. Transform.localscale.x equals -1. Sure, let me just do a little quick right here to see if that is. Would be game object, wouldn't it? Well, I don't even need that because in Unity this is just going to be transform. Transform dot local scale dot x. See, that doesn't exist. Equals -1. See, transform dot local scale dot x doesn't exist. Like, that's not a thing that exists. I can't use that because it doesn't exist. I can't just pull the X out of it for some reason. So, I don't need to worry about it. I mean, I do. I desperately need to worry about it. Just to clarify, I do need to worry about it. But, I don't have to, actually think, because thinking is super hard. And I'm not here for that. I'm just not about thinking. Oh, you know, that's what I could do. I could do... transform dot local scale and just take that. That returns a vector 3, right? Yeah, it just returns a vector 3. Local scale. Transform. Okay, let's just do this. So we doesn't like that one bit. You telling me I can't multiply vector 3s? Can you actually see my pop-up windows when I my little? Oh yes, you can. Cool. I can't multiply 2 vector 3s like this. Why? Why? Why can't I just... Can't you multiply... Okay. Multiplying vector 3s is the thing, right? Oh, scale. Okay, so the scale is used to multiply vector 3s. So dot scale. Dot scale. This is a really dumb way of making me do this. I just do this then. Nope. Oh no. It's I don't get it. Okay. I was missing a bracket. You're probably right. Is that all though? Yeah, no, it still hates it. Cannot convert type void into Unity Engine Vector 3. Oh yes, because this needs to be include the first local scale first, so this. So transferring the local scale into this. Now why is it not like this? It hates this. It does not let me do this. Okay. Cannot be accessed with an instance reference. Qualify it with a type instead of an instead. How about I don't? How about I don't and I go with my other workaround? I will leave this in here as a mental note. I sometimes, if I have dead code that doesn't work, I leave it commented there. I keep it existent. I keep the code as something that exists and just comment it out as a way of noting to myself, hey, here's what I tried, so that future me doesn't go, oh, why don't I try this, and you jump down the same rabbit hole. I think my record was 4 times before I started going about this. Like 3 or 4 times where I just said, you know what? I think I know a better way of doing this. And I tried to do the same thing that I had done before. And then later checking through Git logs, I realized that I had already attempted that multiple times. Yeah, no. So I keep my dead code in a comment until I get to the cleanup phase of the project. Until I'm near the end of the project and it's time to actually clean up proper comments. It's just like, okay, this exists as a reference point for when I make for next time I make a mistake. So I can show what I tried. Jade, please leave a comment why you left that there. Honestly, okay, real talk. Sass aside, that is a good idea for if you're working on a team project. If I'm on my own, which, I am right now, I will, then I do this. I just make a note and say, oh, okay, that's something I tried before. But yes, if you are... If you are on a team, then yeah, attempted line blank, followed by what your code that failed, is a good idea if you're working on a team. If you're working on a team with other people, this will help them understand what you did, and they can, if maybe they'll figure out why it didn't work and have an answer. Maybe they won't. Whatever. But yes, you're absolutely correct. If you are in a team, it's a good idea regardless if you're in a team or alone. Mixed opinion on that. Technically, you're correct. But if I see a deadline of code commented out, I always know what it is and why. So, yes, you are technically correct. Yes, that is the best form of type of correct. But I don't do it. Like, you're not wrong. I just am not going to be doing that usually. But no, that's a valid point. Honestly, real talk. Yeah, no, that is the best way of actually doing it. Oh, Parkatan. I'm not saying you're wrong. I'm just saying I ain't gonna. I'm not showing you my war crimes code. Like, this is all good code. I'm showing you, like, the code that, like, I'm willing to show on stream. I'm not showing you the absolute war crime atrocities of code that I leave in actual projects. Because this is... Don't worry about it. It's fine. Okay, so going right is now set on the animator. Now, what do I do with that? Going right has a thing in here. But going right doesn't have anything attached to it. You're not sure how to feel about that? That's reasonable. Yeah, no, that's a completely reasonable reaction. I respect it. And I respect you. But, yeah, on my, in a project, I will be much more formal and correct. Like, real talk, honestly, if I'm in a project, I'm not even leaving in my one-line if statements. Like, if I'm on a project, I'm splitting this up into you know, the traditional 3 lines, right? But for my own projects, I will run single-line if statements all day long, forever. You know? If I'm coding in a different language, I might even do false plus plus to make a false statement true. Like, I will do absolute atrocities. I have not actually yet coded using emoji, but I do have the functionality installed, because C++ can actually be used using with emojis as variables. It actually works in C++, but I usually am using C# for obvious reasons. What now? What now? What am I doing here? Somewhere a dev is crying. Honestly, yeah, no. Somewhere a dev is crying. So, okay, real talk. If you're watching this on YouTube after it's been aired, yell at me in comments. Yell at me in comments and or post your worst code monstrosity. Ripley, it's Ripley. He's the dev that's crying. Honestly, reasonable. I get it. That's completely reasonable. I need to switch the audio up. It's getting a bit repetitive on me. Fun fact, the normal audio that I use, like my comfy cave, I wanted to use this for, for chat streams and such. And I do. This is my default on my home page, panel here. But I wanted to have it there, so I listened to that music for something like 3 hours, like on a long car trip, on loop to see if I would grow bored of it. It turns out I didn't. I started going dun 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 dun. I just started, but after multiple hours of listening to it, I was actually humming along with it. That's how I knew it was going to be good music from to use for this, is because it passed the fire test. I didn't grow bored of it after a while. You guys might grow bored of it. That's fine. I respect that. Okay, so going right is now exists. Going right now is a function in here that is going to be pivoted. How do we make that do something? I think... Okay, I know what we're doing is we're changing this entirely. This is running right. From Jade Idle, this is if running is... No, that's return. From here, if running is false and if going right is true. I'm just going to add a new animation. Jade run. No, I cancel that. Project here. Create new animation. And this is going to be Jade run left. Bam. And it's basically going to be the same. Actually, can I just copy it? Hold on. Let's do it. Let's do this instead. We're deleting that. Jade run. Duplicate. Duplicate. Just copy paste in the same area. Is that going to be the easiest way? Yeah, it is. Can I just control D duplicate? Yeah, there we go. Jade run left. This is the same thing here, except I'm going to add a property. Why can't I add a property? There we go. No? Yes. Please? Maybe. Maybe? I would like to add a property, please. You have this sprite here. I'd like the add property button is right there. I'd like to click it. Hello. I'm interested in clicking this add property button. Would you be so kind as to make that function? Okay, now I'm just confused. I can't actually access some of this stuff. Let's add a new state here, which is going to be Jade run left. We're running left. Let's add the transitions in here. Transition back is the same as this one, so it's just is running is false. We return here. Is running false, and the way in is running true, and going right is false. So that should work. Now, actually, we can just check that right here. Going right, pause, idle, running left. Good. Now, running left doesn't have the animation attached to it yet, but this proves that it works. Kind of. It doesn't have the, it doesn't have the exit time. So no exit time. No exit time. Verify. Running right, idle, running left, idle. Okay. And this motion is going to be Jade run left. Oh, that's right. I need to be actually clicked onto the object that is using it. There, that's what it is. That's what it is. That's what it is. That's what it is. Okay. Add property transform scale. Scale X is negative 300 across the entire thing. Is that it? Actually, does that all I need to do on this? Because that should flip everything. I'm going to need to add position, actually. We need to transform position. That's just whatever it is now. Isn't this going to be local? Let's get rid of position and check the scale part. And let's move this somewhere else just so we can... There. Running right. Idle. Beautiful! Flawless. I love it. Let's do it. Ship it. Should never be positive. This should stay negative the whole time in that animation. Okay, it is pivoting. I don't like that. I don't like that. How do I make it not like that? I did one left. No editor is going to apply just because you talk to it nicely. I don't know. I've had decent luck. I actually have had some, you know, so I don't know. I don't know. Maybe. This isn't doing what I wanted it to do with the scale thing. So let's... I could add a new sprite sheet, so I actually have a running left sprite sheet. Don't know. That seems wrong. That seems so wrong. I shouldn't need to do that. Is it in the animator? Is it... Doesn't have an exit time. What does this do again? I forget. You know what? I'm actually going to look up what that does to check. Solo and mute functionality. Mute, okay, that makes it so it only... Solo plays only that transition, mute disables that A transition. So we actually want... Okay, so here's an idea. What if in the animator, we just... So mute is... So I don't want a transition, right? I want it to go instantaneously. I don't want any transitory action. So that... What does that do? Yeah, that just disables it. Okay, so that just turns it off. Got it. And if I solo there instead... What does that do? Okay, that turns it so it's the only thing that exists. Got it. So that just disabled the other any other ones. That makes sense. I should know that. I didn't, but I should. Okay. It's got to be in here. Like, I don't have an exit time, so it shouldn't matter, right? I don't think it should matter because I don't have an actual exit time. Okay. We're not... let's try that with the... Animation, add property, transform again. And that's... Negative 300. On front and back. What does this look like? Ba-ba-ba-ba-ba-ba? No, it's doing weird stuff. Oh my goodness, it's doing weird stuff. I did it on the idle animation. Oh no! Transform scale negative 300. And finishing's transform scale is also negative 300. Now, will this go instantaneously now? It will. Oh, now I just need to change the position. That's good. I can work with this. I can work with this. Now we just need to add another property into Jade Run Left. That's the scale, the position. Now, how do I change this? Because this is all going to be changing anyway. No. That's it. No. Wait. That's what it is. Sprite Editor. You. The pivot point is center. The pivot point is center. Now... Now everything's broken. Perfect. Okay, let's try this again. For all of these. Yeah, okay, so that means to be all pivot point center. Actually, I can do this in project, can't I? Nope, back to Sprite Editor. Okay. Sure. Wait, that's the other one. That's not even the one I'm working on. This is center, center, center. Bottom left becomes center. Pivot. As long as these are pivoting on the center, I don't need to change the position. All I have to do is get that flip. And I got the flip now. Center. Eh. Now, will these... Yes, oh, right. No, oh, dang, I hit revert. I hit the wrong button for all the buttons that I just clicked. Okay. Center. I gotta make sure I don't accidentally drag these at all, because if I drag them even 1 pixel, I get that sort of that tail chop that I had earlier. I should have done this when I sliced it at the beginning, then I wouldn't have to do it each panel individually. And honestly, I could reslice it right now and save myself from having to do this, but it's fine. Okay. Apply that, and let's see what that does. Looks good. Looks good. Looks good, looks good, looks good. Now I need another Jade Idle left. Let's add a Jade Idle left. I misspelled that. That's fine. E is capitalized. E's deserve to be capitalized sometimes. Wait, I don't want this. No. Jade Idle left? No. Jade Idle duplicate and change that into Jade Idle left. Which is going to be the same thing with that transform scale set to negative here. And negative here. Now all of my idols are left. Animation? No, Animator. I changed it on idle. I didn't change it on idle left. Well, that's my bad. Okay, so... Yep, no, we move that here. We move component. We're going to switch over to Jade. Wait. I don't have Jade Idle left on here yet. Okay, so we need to add this here. Actually, you know what I can do? I'm always going to go from idle to running right. Actually, I'm always going to running right. This actually makes transitions into running right. So I always go to running right. Then I go to idle. Then I go to running left. But then I go to idle left. So when I don't actually go back. I only go circulars. I always am going to be doing the same path. I'm never going to be doing this. I'm never going to be doing this. I'm just following a circle here. So running right into idle, into running left, into idle left. This motion needs to be jade idle left. And this triggers, okay, so this triggers when, right, so is running is false, become idle. Is running, honestly I could just make this is running true. I don't even need the going right anymore. Because that's just the next time it starts moving, which is always going to be when it goes left. And then this triggers when is running is false. We idle left again. And then we go back running right when is running is true again. Does this work? Does this work? Running right, idle, running left. It's not hitting idle left. Okay, it's not, it has an exit time. No exit time. You either. But that should be it though, right? Running right, idle, running left, idle, running left, idle. The idle left doesn't have the pivot yet, but that's what the next thing we fix right now. Animation jade runnings, idle left needs that transform scale of the negative 300 here and the negative 300 here. Now I like it. I like it. I like it. I wish I had a better transition between running left, between idle left and running right. I wish that right here had a better transition. But keep in mind this is going to be a lot slower. So it probably is going to be fine. Because the rate is going to be... The rate's going to be 0.125. But if I just bring the rate down to 1, and the camera X position start at 8, so I can get there pretty quickly. No, let's go at the rate 0.125. And go from here. This is going to be doing this. And... Wait, no, okay, it did change the start. Bring this up to 8. I feel that mindset. I should have done at the beginning. I could do it easier, but now I just punish myself. Yep, I've made a mistake, and actually that looks fine at this speed. At this speed, that looks fine. At the speed of the rate background going, yes. Wait, here it's gonna be 3, 2, 1, bonk, bonk. Honestly, that's not fantastic, but it's fine. I'm okay with that. I think I'm okay with that for now. Back to your stream. We have an abrupt therapy session. I've made a mistake that's messing with me, but I don't have the motivation to go back and fix it. So I'm going to live with my mistake. I'm going to feel bad about it. I'm going to feel bad about it forever. In fact, this is going to permanently affect my lifestyle. But going back and changing it would not only be annoying, but it would also be admitting that I made a mistake more than I am now. Because there's different levels of admitting you made a mistake. You know, there's whoops, I made a mistake. And then there's, oh, I made a mistake. So, like, I can go, whoops, I made a mistake, and then be sad forever instead of actually fixing it. See? Problem solved. The opposite of problem solved. But you know what? It's fine. It's fine. I'm fine. How are you today? Okay. Okay. So if this is going to ruin everything, if I move this around, if I just do this and hit play, what happens? Obviously that's not right, but the question is it going to switch to running left in a smooth manner, which I need to bring my rate back up for. Let's bring the rate back up to 4. Oh, the speed of the background should be the speed of your feet. True, but I'm not worrying about that yet. Oh, that does pivot it. Okay, okay. That bites. That makes sense. It does make sense. Actually, that might not be bad up there in the front. Bring the camera back up to give me my main camera of rate 4. I'm going to keep it at 125 at 0.125 in the final. Okay, so if I want to change the hold on. Jade running animation. I only need this to change the scale X. But I just want to invert it. Can I just do a... Okay, I can change it in code. How do I access that? How do I access this? How do I access this in code? Let's try it. Let's see if we can. If we can, then I can just do it there. It'll be a lot easier. Because then I can just multiply it by a -1 and just have it flip without having to fret over everything else in the world. So what is that? That is animator dot... animation... No, animation... I don't have the animation in here yet, but... Well, okay, no, I'm thinking about this incorrectly. Because I'm thinking about it. I'm thinking instead of not thinking. Hey, Google, how do I... my phone isn't actually set up to do that, so... and I sure as heck don't want my my iPhone to do it, because then I would lose tracking. I have an iPhone just for tracking. It does nothing but track. Literally bought it just to be a thing. Flip X and render. Unity Access Animation Property. Animation equals get no. I can't just get component animation. Yeah, I can. I absolutely can. What am I talking about? No, private animation left idle. Private animation left run. Is this dumb? This is dumb. Left run dot all smartphone are tracking? No. The iPhone has much better facial tracking. And that'll be much more obvious when I get my 2.0 model. But the iPhone's animation tracking, face tracking animation, face tracking functionality is so much better than the regular phones. It's like night and day. It's not even comparable. You can't even see eye tracking with my old Pixel 3, which is the phone I use. It's a Pixel 3. I do like the Google Pixel. It's the best phone I've ever worked with. Can I get component in the animation? No. I think this is a dead end. I think this is a dead end. But it's fine. We don't need to change this often. So Jade Idle Left has... I want scale to be negative 1 times whatever its current scale is, because that'll let me change the scale in the transform without having it... It has to be X, right? Because the X is the one that flips it like that. Y flips it vertical, and Z flips it not at all, because I'm in 2D. Wait, I have a button here, Okay. Everything I did was wrong. I have a button on Sprite Renderer, flip X. This is what I need to be doing. This is the actual plan. None of this jazz, none of this hogwash, none of this shenaniganry. All wrong. Sprite renderer.flip.x. That's what we need to be doing. So we don't even need running left animation. We're just going back to what we were. Running right, idle, get rid of this, make transition back to running right. Honestly, I probably am going to, change everything over again, but for now, we're going to try this again. We're going to change track. We're going to change everything that we're doing here. Because this is the correct way, maybe. Possibly. It might not be. Real talk, it might not be. Okay, where are we? Jade running... we need to access the sprite renderer, so... Private... Sprite renderer... Sprite... And where are we? What are we doing? This doesn't need to be an animator call anymore. This is going to be a... Sprite... Sprite... dot flip X equals camera drift dot going right. Actually, it's gonna be not camera drift dot going right, isn't it? So okay, if going right is false, then we flip X. Right? Is this like one line of code that solves every problem that I've ever had ever? Perfect! Look, we don't need to talk about it. We don't need to talk about it. Don't worry about this. This is fine. This is exactly how it's supposed to look. Don't worry about it. See, this is normal. This is what we want to see here. No, it looks beautiful. Don't worry about it. Okay. There's no condition for returning, so this is running true. That's what we actually need. No, we're not. Okay, let's try this again. Okay, so if we're running right, then when is running is false, we go up to idle. Then when is running is true, we return here. Isn't that correct? Did I get rid of is running? No, that should be right. Is running is not flagging over though. Yeah, we're not flagging is running right now. Is there a code error? I can get rid of that debug line because it's not active right now. Where's that debug line? Oh, it's the pause temp debug. I don't need that right now. Jade run position. That should still be flagging is running. Cause that I didn't change this. Is the script crashing somewhere? Yep, I'm getting a null reference somewhere. Where is it? Line 28. Oh, right, because I'm not wait. What? Oh, I'm not actually grabbing the sprite. Heck, okay. That makes sense. Head over here. And we need to make that serialize there. Now, sprite render is just this. So we're just grabbing this and putting it here. There. Now we actually grab the sprite renderer properly. Yeah, Boolean just means a true or false statement. Is flipx a bool? Yes. It's indicated in Unity. Indicated in Unity as a checkbox, which means it is a Boolean. That's really all it is. Is if it has a checkbox, then then it is a Boolean. Easy as. Okay, so we actually flip early, and we have the exit time, which is the eternal mistake that I keep on making, is that nothing has an exit time. Okay, I don't want it actually to flip until that other thing changes out. I can probably do something about that, though. It's been 2.5 hours. Okay, that's fine. I'm doing this, and I'm gonna do this no matter what. So I might as well keep you guys here if you guys are interested. I have 7 viewers now. That's cool. You should all hit subscribe and like all the other buttons. Okay, so where am I? What am I doing? Okay, so we change this sprite x flip x to and add an if animator.getBool.is running. Can this work? Oh, that requires it to be a string. So I do this and here. Does that work? So if animator.getBool is running, so if we're running, then flip according to the thing. That might work. I don't know if that's going to work or not. It did not. If animator.getBool is running, what else do I need to add to that? I might do more game dev streams in the future. Like I said, this is me not having touched Unity in months, and specifically not having touched Unity 2D and anything sprite-based or animation-based. I'm not an animator. Since I started VTubing? It's been a hot minute. So this is also giving you this is not a professional doing game dev right now. Right now, this is somebody messing around in game dev and figuring things out with you guys along for the ride. That's what you're seeing. If you like it, then cool. Subscribe or whatever, I guess, but like, yeah. Oh, wait, what am I doing? 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 Something's amiss right in that transition period. It's probably... I'm turning around... That's what it is. I'm turning around before I stop running. So I get to the end, and then I stop running. Then I turn around before I stop running, which means that I am... GetBool is running is... Camera diff.pause. Okay, so we're turning around before we pause. If camera... There it is. So going right equals true. So we swap this. Pause first, then make going right equal true. Same here. So here we pause first. We're going to pause, then switch. That alone should fix it. That's just an order of operations issue. Let's check it. Negative. That did not work. Challenge me to do it in good... I am... Okay, Ripley. You know this. This is a secret. This is a secret. Yeah, no, Jade gets auto-translated to Jake when you capitalize the first letter. I have ordered food. You challenged me to do it in Godot. So, fun fact. Despite being one of the core founding members and arguably the most influential member of the Go Godot Game Jam, I don't know Godot. I've done basically nothing in Godot. I only know Godot in a cursory sense. I know game design, and I know game development, and I know coding in general. And I know programming, in general, but my role is not as a Godot developer. That's more for Adrian and Jan from Canopy Games, and Adrian from Redefined Game Dev, and all the other lovely hosts that do so much work. My work in the Go Godot Game Jam is honestly as a streamer. Like my work in the Go Godot Game Jam is as a game design analyst. That's what I actually do there. I'm leaving this. This right here is my favorite part of this entire animation web. It's beautiful. Do I... You know what? Okay, let me slow it down again. Let me slow it down again and ask the important question of do I care? Inspector main camera rate... no, not 1.25, just 0.125. Does this matter? This is the big question, does this actually matter? Bring camera exposition all the way to 9. This is how it'll look actually live. I think I don't care. I think I'm okay with that, actually. Bring camera exposition down to 1. Run. Animation looks real clean now. I like it. There's still a weird stutter on the left. I'm not exactly sure why. The trees are stuttering too, actually, now that I look at it. Something's weird there. Oh, let's bring this back up to 9 and check the other side. The other side do that strange jump as well? It does not. Yeah, I give game development advice. I don't give Godot advice. I give game development advice. And I think I do it... I mean, based on feedback, I do a decent job of it. Based on the feedback, my game development advice is very valuable for a lot of developers, which is great. I mean, that makes me feel fantastic about myself, you know, but it also makes me feel good about what I'm doing. But yeah, I don't know Godot. Not really. Not really. Not you know, not to any extent, really. I've worked in Unity, but like I've said many times, the game designer is the one who looks at a piece of paper and decides if the numbers should be 3 or 4. They're the one who work on balancing concerns and say, hey, but what if we change? What if we swap these abilities? They're the ones who say, well, what is our expected play duration for this campaign, and how many sessions is the player expected to have? And of all those sessions, how many times are we assuming that the player is going to need to save or need to have a mental break in between? Like that's all game design stuff, right? I don't know where that start is coming from. I really don't. I'm okay. We're gonna save this scene. Actually, we're gonna hit project and we're gonna check the other scene to see if that's happening elsewhere. I don't know if it is. Let's go back to the comfy cave. No. We need to be in scene. Let's go back to the loading cave, actually. This is the one I've probably put the most brain thinks into. So if I hit here... Oh, that lurch is there, too. Oh, you see that? Okay, so that lurch is there as well. Honestly, though, that's a good sign, because that tells me where the problem is. You glad about that game design doc? The game design doc is honestly probably my best stream. I'm really happy that it's as popular as it was, because the game design doc video is probably the best stream I have on my channel. After that, it's what? Chicory? The Chicory playthrough is probably my next one after that. But the game design doc stream... I can't believe how many people don't know that stuff. Like, that to me... was the kind of thing that you needed to assume, like that I don't know, that's so important to me. Okay, camera drift. Let's actually check in camera drift. Why are we stabbing ourselves when we get to the left boundary? It's not the right boundary. It's only the left boundary. Camera position plus equals rate times time delta time, sure. Okay. I'm just comparing the top and bottom. If camera position... Pause, true. Going right, flips. Pause, temp, 0. Camera, new position, vector 3, adjusts. That should all be correct. That should be identical for moving left and right, but left stops, the right doesn't. Or the left stutters, I mean. The left bounces and the right doesn't. Something about these two is different. And aside from the inversions, something about these two are mechanically functioning different. If pause increments, that's not going to affect this at all. Nothing in start or awake is going to affect anything. What if I change this down to a 0.01? Let's see what that does. Is that going to do anything? Probably not, but I don't know. Main camera. Go left so we can check on the left border. Actually, it does. Okay, hold up here. Hold up here. Go left. There's only 3 states. Pause, going right, going left. Or pause, going right, not going right. Reset pause temp. Pause temp increments only in the pause window. So, okay. Well, this does work better. If I leave it at 0.01, then when I go left, watch here. There's a little stutter there, but it's very minor now. I think that's okay. Pizza design stream when? You know, I don't really eat pizza. I mean, I am a carnivore. I don't eat pizza. It's not in my regular diet. I haven't had a pizza in, golly, a hot minute for sure. I mean, aside from my keto pizzas are delicious. I have a shirt about how I make my keto pizzas. If you want a keto pizza, it's real good. It's real tasty, yo. Okay, let's get into my scene control. Oh wait, hold on. First things first. Build settings. Add scene. Add the outdoor scene to the build settings. Now we go into scene control. I'm not adding an audio source because I'm going to translate this into Jazz. I'm going to be translating this into a video file anyways, and I'm going to add the audio source over it afterwards. So I'm not going to worry about that. Don't I have... What are my references to this? There, where is this? There we are. Great. So input, we need another line of here. So we have input get key down 1, 2, and 3. Let's add 1 here. Or input get key down 4, which brings us to new level 3, which should give me the ability to access this new scene in the program variation of this. If only Jay was experienced in RPG writing. I'm not terrible at it. 5th attempt of writing the beginning of a game. We can talk about that later. That's something that, you know, maybe that'll be... I promise to let you on the next art stream. Maybe the next art stream will actually be story design. I could be down with that. Next week I just want to do a regular chat stream about, can you guys hear this? I don't think you can hear it. Okay, anyway. But yeah, next week I want to do a general chat stream about Final Fantasy games. And just how I feel about each of them straight down the line from top to bottom. From Final Fantasy 1 to Final Fantasy 15. And yeah, just a general chat stream about how I feel the series has gone. Because that's always been a series that's been very important to me. And I've been replaying some of the classic ones lately. Okay, so what else am I going to do here? If I'm okay with this, if I'm okay with that flippy bit, balancing, the best advice I have, I mean, I've given you a lot of advice on tutorialization in the Game Jam. But yeah, the best balancing act for making the player listen and doing exposition dumps is that you don't dump exposition. Like, really, don't. If I haven't talked to you about iceberg theory, we can talk about that, because iceberg theory... That's fine. Iceberg theory is important way of designing for that. All right. Let's sit back and just watch this through. It'll take 40 seconds or so. Honestly, the animation is a little bit fast for the run, but not terrible. And by having it super far front, like, I would like it to be in the weeds a little bit. I think that's the next thing I'm going to try and figure out, is how to get this in the weeds. Am I still adjusting? I'm not adjusting, No. So if I go to scene, I can actually just adjust this live, right? No, I can't. Why can't I? No, it's just not letting me adjust it while I'm live. Huh. Interesting. So because this is here, and the actual scene is here... These things have different Z values. Wait, hold on. Hold on, let me check something here. Send it back the other way. Still a weird pivot, but that's okay. The pivot is not bad. It's not bad. It's not bad. It's not bad. It's not as bad. It's bad. It's fine. It's fine. It's fine. In fact, I like it. It's supposed to be like that. Okay, good. I think the only thing I really care to do left right now is try to get this behind things. Oh, nope, that's wrong. That's the main camera. I don't want to change that. Grab Jade running and... Why is it... Why do I... Am I moving it away when I change the Z? I should be in 2D. Am I not in... No, I'm in 2D. That's weird. Okay, whatever. Fine, let's do this here and drop the Z down to 0. Okay, that doesn't work because I have to bring up the Z up to... Okay. Now it's working the way I expected it to before. If I change this to just 5.5... That's actually ideal, isn't it, huh? Now it's going to be super weird to change the angle positioning stuff, but... Or it's going to change the X and Y. Oh, I'm not going to... Okay, whatever. Right here, before I change the scale again. This is Z0. They're all Z0. How does my parallax work again? That's 17. I forget how anything parallax related works. I just can't parallax today. True. 2D in Unity is not true 2D. That is true. Unity is always an engine that renders in 3D, even when you're running in 2D. But when you're in 2D mode, it should be creating the camera. The camera should be functioning in an isometric angle. It should still be Okay, so the second I hit 0, I'm behind everything. The second I hit... Yeah, because I'm just going past the camera. Pew! Pew! Honestly, that's kind of great. Alright, Yeah, it's gonna get left behind now. Which I do not want. Okay, let me try to do the other thing I wanted to do instead. Let's... start at frame 0. Frame 0 is here. Put ourselves here. You see that snap as soon as I undid that? Yeah, that's annoying. Okay, so the other thing I want to do is Jade run position is actually the entire point of the original setting of the script is this exposition thing. Because I want it to be on the far left when the camera is at the far left. And I want it to be on the far right when the camera's on the far right. So I'm actually running across the scene as the camera moves. That's my next goal. I'm willing not to have it be a part of the background. I don't want to mess with any of the parallax stuff because I have no memory at all about how that's set up. I have not adjusted the parallax in this, and I don't want to now. So, the exposition needs to be used now, because right now camera drift out, camera exposition is where it is. That's not what we want it to, I mean, that's, no, we're not actually making it anywhere. So we want transform dot position equals exposition. Can we just do that for now? Transform dot position dot x, mind you. Why is this? Oh. Beans. Why does it not like transfer? That's right, that's not a variable. Now this needs to be a new vector 3. Exposition, comma, whatever the original was. So, exposition, transform.position.y, transform.position.z. Yeah, it's okay, sure, whatever. What? Yeah. And then exposition, what is the exposition going to be? Honestly, I should probably separate this out into methods, but for now, because it's so short, I'm not even going to bother. Because, like, this is just a method here. Again, if I was working on anything, literally anything longer than this, then I would clean up my code. But right now I'm just not. Okay. Go clean up your code. Don't do what I do. Do as I say, not as I do, okay? Go clean up your code. I'm not going to clean it. Vector 2. I'm using transform deposition returns a vector 3, so I have to put in a vector 3. That's just showbiz. So exposition is what? So exposition. So exposition at start at camera 0. This is just going to explode when I hit play. Yeah, it's not moving at all. Exposition isn't changing whatsoever. Which is actually weird, because it actually should be moving right now, shouldn't it? Alright, let's debug out the camera drift position X. Oh, it is moving, but very not meaningfully. Okay. Okay. But this isn't moving at all. Yeah, when I hit play, my character's not moving whatsoever. Why? Oh, I'm changing the transition of the script. That doesn't matter. This is game object dot transform deposition. Lowercase g. There. I was changing the position of the script, which is a meaningless endeavor. The exposition is moving here, but it's not actually moving the position here. And I can't move it here manually either. If I put in like 8, it doesn't change. I don't know why that is. And yes, you're exactly correct. I'm going to find the highest at camera position, which I believe is a 10 on this scene. Or actually, it's just going to be getting it from the camera. So the script is modular. It's going to be camera drift, camera boundary right. Do I want this to be public? Not really. Anyways. But it's not moving at all. Game object this component is attached to. That should be game running. But it's not moving. I'm using new position here. That's in the camera movement script. Where's camera movement script? Oh, I forgot this actually had an input on it. Heh, that's funny. Completely forgot about that. Yeah, that's just, new position.x plus equals time.delta time times lerp speed, which is valid. And transform.position equals final position. So... I'm missing something here. My brain is starting to shut down. Honestly, even if it doesn't move, it looks pretty cute. But it will run away from the camera, like this. Or maybe not if it's on the far side. Let's try this. You know what? Let's try this out. Let's go grab the camera, set the rate back up to 4. Not 47. Actually, that's kind of cute. You know what? I don't hate that. Actually, I kind of like that, actually. Hold on. Let me bring the camera back down to normal speed. Oh, wait, you guys can't see. I'm sorry. My bad. This is kind of cute. Bring up the rate a little bit. And then the camera runs past me. It's not what I was going for initially, and it messes with the whole idle thing. But now the entire idle part is hidden. I don't hate it, actually. It has a certain whimsy to it, honestly. It has a certain whimsy, and I don't hate what I'm seeing. I'm not using the idle at all, but I have another scene to use it. The Crystal Cave is where I would put the idol anyways. Copy Jade running, go to Crystal Cave. Oh, here I'm actually inside the Parallax. Why am I inside? Okay, I'm not going to worry about that. Actually, I do have to worry about that now. Heck. Why am I inside the Parallax? Wait, I'm in a weird position inside the Parallax, too. I'm not even in the place I'm supposed to be. Okay, this is a bit weird. This is a bit weird. I can't fix this tonight. I can't deal with this right now. I don't. Okay, I think I'm done here. I'm thinked out for tonight. I do want to add the idle animation into the Crystal Cave. Just says me standing in place as the camera wanders by. But the big goal for today was remembering what exists in remembering how to do 2D Unity. Real talk, that's the actual goal for today. And I also fixed that weird bounce. I might just switch to this. I might just do this. I want to be... I gotta find out what the Parallax jazz. Honestly, the fact that the Crystal Cave has me in a specific place in the Parallax is enough... The fact that I exist at all in the Parallax, behind it, behind some parts and in front of other parts, tells me that there's an answer that I'm not seeing, and I need to dig into all of my Parallax stuff, my Parallax layer script, which I have not. What is even going on in my Parallax layer script? Yeah, this is just changed the speed. That changed the speed of the Parallax. That shit doesn't apply. These should just be different Z values, but they don't seem to be. I don't remember. It's not even the object, it's the crystal itself. Oh, is that this? Oh, that's this one over here. So if I'm checking here... Yeah, you are Z0. Order and layer. There it is. That's what it is. Order and layer. So where's my sprite renderer, order and layer? Sprite renderer, order and layer. That's the problem. That's it. That's it. That's it. That's it. That's it. Okay, back to outdoors. Jade running. Play this. Pause it here. Order and layer. Is this gonna change anything? There we go. There we go. There we go. That's why I said in multiples of 5. There it is. So if I go negative 23, it'll be between negative 20 and negative 25. Okay, Jade running. Order and layer, negative 23. And then main camera, bring this back up to 2. That looks real. Okay, that's a lot better. Look at that. The legs are now inside the underbrush. That's nice. That looks nice. Okay, you're right. Visually, okay. It's the sort order. It's the sort order I had to get through. Now I got this inside the sort inside the jazz. Okay. I'm not 100% certain about the drift off screen yet. I don't know if I like that enough to keep it, and I don't look like I'm moving far enough right now. I'd rather do the opposite. I'd rather be on the far left. But Jade is not actually moving at all. My position is not changing at all, and I don't know why. My X position is changing in the script, and I should be changing it. It should be applying. I don't know why my position is not actually changing on the game object. Game object transform position, new vector 3 X position, which X position is camera drift X position, which is changing. And then whatever it was before, whatever it was before. And I'm not getting any errors on the console. I'm just getting a whole bunch of debug messages from this piece here that verifies that it is working. Like, this line is not working. This line is just not actually applying this vector 3 into transform.position. What if I do it this way? Transform.position equals transform.position plus new vector 3 X position 0, 0. This is just a different way of doing the same thing where well, it's not. It's adding it instead. But let's just do that and see what happens. The F it's running with doesn't match the distance. That's the last thing we do. You're correct. You're absolutely correct, and I agree with it. But that's the last thing to worry about. That's going to be changing the animation speed to match everything else. And I need to worry about literally every other aspect of the code before I go back into the animation speed and mess with it. So you're correct. You're absolutely correct. Oh, no worries about pronoun stuff. I get it. Yeah, position is not changing. Why? Like, you're absolutely right. You've mentioned that multiple times, and I'm sorry if I wasn't clear about my answer. But the answer is yes. And I don't care about that right now because I want to get the location on the screen correct. And because if I change the animation speed to match the amount of distance traveled now, then when I change the speed of location, when I change the position, when I change the movement like 60 different times before I finally get it right, I would have to go in and change the animation as well every time. So right now, that animation is no different than a big white block placeholder. Right now, that is functionally just a yellow triangle placeholder. The only reason I'm not using a placeholder is because I don't need to, because I have the sprite completed. But think of the sprite right now as a placeholder. That'll make it a little bit easier, because you're thinking from the perspective of an animator, not a programmer, and I'm looking at it from the perspective of programmers. Like, I need to get the code right, then I'll make the animation work with it. Can I just this? Because this also grabs the game object, right? No, this is the script. If I do game object, is the object this component is attached to, which should be Jade running. We're gonna debug out the GameObject.name just to make sure it's the right thing. Just to make sure I'm even in the right ballpark. Yeah, GameObject debug line out is Jade running. And you can see the exposition right here. You can see the exposition in the run script is changing. The exposition is changing every single frame. But it's not actually changing the exposition up here. And I can't change that in Inspector either. There's something else going on here. Because I can't even change... Okay, if I pause I can. Okay, so it's just updating it per frame. But why isn't it actually... I do like how that looks behind the tree as well. No, okay, so I gotta figure this out. Why am I not being able to change my transform position in script? What is blocking me from doing this? What if I take the exposition and comment it out and just hard static set exposition to 1? Or just hard set it to 1. Now, it should always be moving to the right at a very fast clip. I'm not even doing it times anything. It's not moving at all. Exposition isn't moving at all either. This exposition should be applying to the transform every single frame. And it's not. Despite the code very clearly doing it. GameObject transform position becomes... Okay. I'm pulling out the big gun here. I'm pulling out Let me grab something here. Here's another project. Here's another project. It's not great. It's wretched, honestly. But it does exist. And now you get to see it. This project was never meant to see the light of day. This project is never meant to exist. It is a cursed prototype for something that never even got on the ground, let alone off it. This is basically me experimenting with trying to learn how to implement stuff like Coyote Time and... yeah, just... yeah. Anyways. Where is my player control script for this? Wait, hold up. This is using Unity 2018.4. So this one is just even... What? Why is this looking like that? Why does it look like this, though? I don't know, whatever. Okay, so what is my... how am I moving stuff in this completely separate project? This.trans... yeah... That's the drag control. Transformed at local scale. Changes it by velocity. Should I be using velocities? Maybe. Heck. What if this is... wait, what is it again? There's a velocity, right? Well, that's because it has a rigid body. This doesn't have a rigid body. That's right. I don't want to add a rigid body because there's nothing for it to interact with, so I shouldn't need to. Transformed opposition should work. Okay, I can't work on this anymore tonight. My brain is not brain minding things. I'll hang out in the Discord for a little while after I grab some food. But yeah, I think we're done for now. If this was interesting, say so in the comments after the stream's over, because I need more activity in the comment section. Look, I'm just being honest with you guys. You know that. You know I'm honest with you guys. Yeah. I need to get things. Okay. Yeah, I'm going to call the stream here. I'm going to say that we got a lot done. Download link? No. I'm not giving you a download link to my own personal VTuber background. I will not be providing a download link to this, actually. And I retain all legal rights to all the code that you have seen today. Just for the record. I mean, it's a fair question, but at the same time, Also, the assets are owned. I own the digital media rights to all assets that have been shown today. Nothing I've been used is publicly available. Some of it can be you can purchase the license to and rights to. That is certainly your option. Certainly available. If you're interested for those links, contact me. Either on anywhere, honestly. I don't know what you're asking for a download link to, then. Honestly, just genuinely don't know what you're asking about. This is gonna bug me. I'm not gonna be able to sleep. That's what it is. Hold up. No, we're not done yet. We're not done yet. Transform.translate. Let's just do this and see if it gets sent off to the wild blue yonder. This should yeet my character off to the right almost instantaneously. It didn't. Game object transform translate. Moves the transform in the direction and the distance of the translation. To the right by 1. Every single update. This should just be yeeting it into the stratosphere. What if I do just translate vector 3.4? Well, that shouldn't make any difference, right? What if I just do that? Game object is not moving. Do I need it? Do I need a rigid body? I shouldn't need a rigid body. You know what? Sure, heck. Rigid body 2D, let's go. Does that make any difference? It's not, it shouldn't be there at all. I shouldn't even need the game object part of this. No, position stays static. None of my animations have... I only am using idle and run, neither of which adjust or lock in anything related to position. This should work. Probably. What if I just... Okay, what if I don't use this as a vector 3? I just go 1, 0, 0, because it's a transform translate, so that should work. Yeah, float x, float y, float z. Yeah, I don't even need to put the f on there, but I will anyways, just because I'm... Oh, probably on the inside of that, I'd imagine would be more effective. This should move the transform by x along the x-axis. This should send it to the right every single update frame. That is right. It should be transform.translate, but it's not still. Why? Okay. You're supposed to say void update? Yes. This is void update is what happens every single frame. Every single frame of the game, everything in void update gets handled, is done once. And then we know this is working because everything else in here is working. Every frame it is checking the animator. Every frame it is checking the camera drift to set if it is running. So no, that is. So I'm just taking a quick moment to read here. By which I mean I'm checking Stack Overflow. I mean, real talk, I'm checking Stack Overflow. That shouldn't be any surprise. Should be this. This. Or either this or game object should both work. Yeah, this actually should be referring to the script, but game object is going to be referring to Jade running. This is the game object that the script is attached to. This should work. And yet it's not. Okay, no, I can't think anymore. My brain is done thinking for now. Okay. Thanks for joining me. I will do more of this in the future. I don't think my next step on this particular project will be live, just because it's going to be a whole lot of me just being confused and scared. But yeah. And programming is not that difficult. Honestly, real talk, programming isn't that hard once you understand the basics. If you can get through the basics of programming as an occupation or as a hobby isn't a terribly hard endeavor. It's just difficult to get into because the initial barrier for learning and following what I'm doing in all this mess can be difficult. But the actual application and the actual process of it, Anybody can learn, and it's a good thing to learn. Thank you all for joining me. I hope that you have a wonderful evening. Cheers, friends.